My little pirates. Luffy's Adventures in Equestria. Chapter. It says 26 on the chapter button on my dashboard, but we all know that's not true. It's chapter, I think, 15. Yeah. Those set of drift chapters are messing me up. Observation. I tell you, it's just like the story I told you, Luffy says. He stuffs 5 fried eggs into his mouth. It's infirmary. It wasn't fair. Oh, I have millennial dreams when I'm working on my farm, said Applejack, paused to eat her own eggs. She only ate 2 at a time, though. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Because usually my dreams are just me eating, or me being the king, Luffy replied. Oh, I know! Nora popped up beside Luffy, and actually managed to take a swipe of a strawberry from a nearby plate. While she munched on the sweet fruit, she rested a leg on Luffy's shoulder. Meaning of being a pony means you have different dreams. Then again, you could be just having normal dreams too, you know. Like, this one time, I dreamt every pony was having an awesome party. But that was right after the Summer Sun celebration. Then, this other time, I dreamt I ate a cake as big as a mountain. Luffy's eyes lit up at the mention of a monster's treat. That sounds good! A little further down the table, stunned Applejack turned to look at Tamaki, who was watching Luffy and Pinky eat and talk. Tamaki dead stared at stunned Applejack, and they both gave a silent thanks to Nora for distracting Luffy long enough for them to get a proper meal in their bellies. They both started to quickly eat their food. The reprieve from Luffy's stealing also allowed stunned Applejack to note that the seat next to her was empty. She left an eaten biscuit on her plate and leaned over right next to where Tamaki was seated. Where are they? I can understand, but where's Starlight? Tamaki put down the fork of the fruit salad she was about to eat. She turned her head left to right, acknowledging only the 4 ponies were at the table. Oh, I don't know. Maybe she wanted to sleep in a little. Stunned Applejack nodded in agreement. I believe that. I ever tell you about the time last night I slipped over her house? After I thought we all fell asleep, I got up a little later to use the bathroom, and Starlight was pouring over some old-looking book. Maybe extra sleep is good for her, then. Tamaki and stunned Applejack then resumed eating their meals. Unfortunately, they both returned to empty plates. Stunned Applejack glared at Luffy, while Tamaki raked her hoof against her empty plate and frowned. No. Celestia's vision was concentrated on a stained glass window a few feet above her. Unlike those in her throne room, this was only composed of a simple red, purples, and yellows. It depicted no epic deeds. Sunlight glimmered down. Hi! I said sunset, not sunlight. Oh. Well, come along, Twilight. Okay. On her face, and through her now wavy mane. A good top portion of it was still pink, but at least it turned back to its normal flow. Celestia kept her gaze on the stained glass, ignoring the pony to her left. Starlight stood a respectful distance away from her, her head stretched out, as if an invisible line were separating her from Celestia. Starlight's eyes glistened a little in the morning light. Celestia knew well, and had silently sighed when Starlight walked on her into her room this morning. Starlight only wore it when it was on a learning quest. Starlight nervously bit into her lip, as hundreds of different sentences danced across her tongue. Her words came out rushed and choppy. Please! Why can't you teach me the basics? Because Haki is something no pony should ever learn how to use. Celestia raised a hoof to her mouth as soon as he spoke. She lowered her shoulders and her head turned over to Starlight. Haki is a violent force. So are the elements. Starlight gasped after the jab. Ooh! Epic burn! Woo! Nice one! Thank you. I've been working on them. The elements were designed to purify, and if not that, neutralize any ill being or disharmonic force. Haki can be used on any pony, and it can kill. You said can, numbnuts. Yes, I know. I should know better than myself that, much like magic, anything can be used for good or evil. It has no redeeming force. I mean, I should know better than anyone that you can use magic to kill just as much as Haki. I am limiting Haki for no reason. Celestia rested a hoof on her brow and shook her head back and forth. I shouldn't have said anything as soon as I woke up. Starlight, I'm telling you this for your own good. Do not pursue Haki training. But you said we've already accessed it. Dazzle's rainbow, Fluttershy stare, even my own magic. Yes, but Starlight, drama. We need time to fill out the story. Come on, let me have a little bit of drama. Celestia sighed. There's no way to stop Haki from leaking out at crucial moments in one's life, but honing it in is a completely different story. You'd be making a weapon out of your own body. I won't do that to any pony else. Ahem. I repeat. Fire magic. Oh my god, I'm burned alive! Ice magic. So cold. So cold. Acid. Melting. I'm melting. Water. Hey, this isn't so bad. Actually, I kind of like maybe going to water. Air. Whee! Oh, do I? Why wasn't I born as big as this? Are you starting to see the picture? Magic can be used to kill just as bad as Haki. But it'll turn your body into a weapon. Excuse me one sec. Hey, Applejack! Yeah? Do you mind? I'm killing busy. There's some things on Fall Starfleet that I've really got to dramatize myself for. I know, but I want you to demonstrate something to Celestia. Punch that pony hard he throws her out the window. Give me a loud blaze. Ah! Splat. Thank you. We make weapons out of our bodies all the time. Starlight looked at the floor, stayed silent for a moment. Her next words came out of her mouth. When you first started teaching me, you taught me how to control my magic. It wasn't enough, though. I always worried I'd go out of control again, that I hurt some pony. I don't want to use Haki as a weapon. I just want to know how to handle it. I'm sure Fluttershy could tell you something similar about her stare as well. The rest of my friends would probably feel the same way as well. Celestia said nothing. She turned her head and faced the stained glass. Starlight's head dropped again and was about to say her goodbyes when Celestia spoke up. Hit me. Okay? Yay! Wait, it's hitting on Celestia? Oh, I've been waiting all fake for this. Wait, we can hit Celestia now? No, the Starlight. Oh! I do. Please hit me. Yes! I can't hit you. Then we are done here. It is to all your friends at breakfast. Near. You best hurry before Straw Hat eats anything. Rather than leaving for food, Starlight just barely lit up the end of her horn. A tiny violet dot did shine out of her horn, straight for Celestia. Forgive me, Princess. They can't be physical, you know, I'm just saying. Celestia casually swung her neck left and left, leaving a speck to strike the stone below the glass instead. I mean, a soft fizzle disappeared. You'll need to do better than that. Starlight bit her lip and winced to see at least a small beam instead of a dot. Drow much farther than her previous spell as well, and Celestia dodged to the right. Twilight's attack left a black mark on the wall. Starlight concentrated her magic into her horn and sent another beam at Celestia. Like before, the princess dodged. However, right as Celestia moved her head to the left, Starlight let out another shot, so that Celestia would move right into the beam's path. Celestia gracefully swerved her neck around the two shots miss. Come now, Starlight. You know it'll take more than that to strike me. Surely I taught you better than that. Starlight huffed and gritted her teeth. Sparks flew out of her horn and sputtered to the ground. A volley of violet beams raced out of her horn towards Celestia, flying in all directions. Celestia's body moved back and forth like a snake, each avoiding ace in every attack. Sweat trickled Starlight's face while she continued weaving her spells. Oh, great. Not another one of these! I get bad enough from Mikan. Another one of what? Oh, hey, Lyra. You know, the writers who are always convinced that magic is all about the telekinesis in the beams. That whenever they want to write magic, they just think it's just a simple beam and boom, that it's done. Here's Twilight firing just small little magic missiles at Celestia. Why not a fireball, an ice spell, or something? It does something to that shot. Something a little more. Vines, turn the stone to mud. Why not use that once in a while? With the show, I'm okay with. The show, I let them get away with just using magical beams. Budget and all that. Okay, I'm alright with that. The show can get away with that because it's the show. It doesn't need to do that. But I'm far less lenient when it comes to fic because they are not limited by the show. Moving on. Sweat trickled down Starlight's face while she was weaving her spells. Celestia proceeded with her dancing dance as more beams came at her, but none managed to hit. With a spin, Celestia faced Starlight. It was so fixating hitting Celestia, she didn't know the princess's eyes were closed. She noticed that when the princess started to step closer to her, though. Taking this as a greater challenge, Starlight breathed heavily, concentrating her magical volley into a single strand of energy. It struck to the stone wall and smoldered where it made contact. Tensing up her neck muscles, Starlight weaved her spell around like a great sword, aiming to stop Celestia's advance. Celestia didn't react to Starlight's new tactic and just continued on her way. When the strand swung at her, she either jumped or dodged, all while her eyes were closed. Starlight took a few steps back, when Celestia was only a few feet away from her. Retreat didn't get past Celestia, as she lunged forward, bent her head down, and used her horn to unbalance Starlight. Starlight's spell left a black trail along the wall, and when she hit the ground, the spell stopped. She buried the bottom half of her face into her legs to hide her gaping mouth. How did you know? Celestia reached out and lifted Starlight's head up with a hoof. Her eyes were open now. Observation Haki. Not my strong point, but any skilled user can use it to apply to it, avoid an enemy's attack, without even looking at them. Mixed with magic, it has some interesting effects. Like what? Starlight dared to ask. Normally, it can only pick up living things. Apply it to a gem-seeking spell, though. Rarity, Starlight stuttered. Her story makes a bit more sense now. The magic necessary for a spell of that range would normally not be possible for a villain. Neither is artificially aging a dragon. Celestia helped Starlight up and then lit her horn. A faint golden aura between appeared herself and Starlight. 3 objects appeared within. A stylized cartoonist's eye, a toy-like spear, and a crown fit for a doll's head. The spear that floated up above the other two became a little bit bigger. I think Arrangement Haki is your forte. It seems that you've taken after me in more ways than I thought. Wait a second. Twilight's the main character. Shouldn't she have, 3 different types of Haki? Luffy has it. Yes. Shouldn't you have Emperor's Haki? Yes. Arthur? Why don't we have that? I mean, why am I stuck to just armament? Why don't I have observation and Queen's Haki? Why don't I have something like that? Yes, indeed. Why don't I have the power of the king? I am the princess after all. What? You just wanted to give it to Luffy? Is that it? Are we once again reminding ourselves that Luffy is an extra special snowflake, and I, despite being a princess, am nothing? Do we just want to continue reminding us that you just want to continue writing a One Piece story and not an MLP crossover? So, does this mean... A thin grin creased its way across Starlight's face. Her eyes glittered with excitement and legs quivered, ready to jump at the slightest provocation. Yes, Starlight, I will teach you the basics. Before Starlight could happily prance around, Celestia raised a wing to quiet her. However, you must promise me never to use Haki unless your life is in danger. Can you promise me this? No question, I know. Very well then. I will offer this teaching to your friends, but only as they seek it. The room seemed to brighten a little, as Celestia smiled at her student. Now let's begin with Haki is. To start, there are 3 main types. I don't think he ever stops eating, Weiss said, pushing back a curl of her purple mane with exaggerated flores. Oh, I wouldn't give to have a metabolism like that. I mean, I could go on walks to make sure I stay fit, but there are just some things that you're born with. Weiss, Ravendash sighed. I really don't care. Oh, but you should, dear. Before Mr. Luffy arrived, I was always saying the same thing about you. True, you have a very active in your daily activities, but to not even have an inch of thought on you. Oh, it makes me so jealous. Dash blew a piece of her mane falling under her eye. Well, I'm gonna be a skeleton if you or a nurse don't feed me. Weiss busted him. My apologies. You know how I am sometime. Weiss levitated a spool over a meal, and then moved a full spoon over to Dash. Luckily her burns weren't bad enough around her face that she couldn't eat properly, but movement was out of the question. Dash was covered in bandages from head to hoof, save for the aura that allowed for her mane. Her legs were hitched up above the bed to restrain Dash's movement. Under the bandages, her skin was recovering, but needed to be still in order to heal properly. Only her head and tail distinguished her from a pony-shaped bundle of gauze. Yeah. Still, thanks for coming by. It's creepy when the nurses give me food. Not a problem at all, dear. Honestly. Weiss's brow slumped and her luster flooded her eyes. It's better than watching Mr. Luffy and Nora stuff their faces. If they didn't steal my food, I'd be too disgusted to eat it anyway. Dash snickered at Weiss, turning a slight shade of green. Everybody else doing okay? Oh yes, everybody is fine. Weiss recovered from her momentary nausea and pushed back her mane again. I am a bit worried about Mr. Luffy's exploits into the city. Everybody in the castle has been talking about him. Hard to say he thinks he's one of Discord's creations. Darn, Rarity, don't tell me that. I'm gonna laugh. Dash was trying the hardest to keep her teeth clenched. Her whole body shook a little, and her twitches and chuckles escaped her mouth. Ow! A knock then came at Dash's door. It opened, and Luna's flowing mane slipped into the room, followed by her head. Fair Vanity and fair Weiss and Nas, may I come in? Sir, Princess. Certainly, Your Highness, said Weiss at the same time Dash was speaking. Luna smiled as to tangle the 2 ponies' words made, and let herself into the room. The only part of her that remained light blue were her wings, and even part of them were darkening. Her mane had fully recovered, and now she stood a good head over normal ponies. I am glad to see you all in such a talkative mood. I take it your coming is going well. The sooner I can fly, the better. Dash paused and turned her eyes up. Wouldn't mind that flame stuff again, though. Think of all the cool tricks I could do with that. Ain't wind up in the hospital again? Weiss blocked. Luna tapped her chin with a hoof, and her sight became unfocused. What's up, Princess? Luna removed her hoof from her face and waved at Dash and Weiss. Well, my sister has already told your friends, but you might be able to access something akin to that power. How? Behind her bandages, Dash expressed his golden curiosity and delight. Luna didn't instantly respond, and instead moved over to the chair next to Rarity. She looked at Dash, and turned to the empty seat. May I sit here? No problem, Princess. Dash slowly twisted her head around, so she was directly looking at Luna and Weiss. So, how do I do something like what Celestia did? Well, it can sunstraw her a bit as well, but as we can say a story to explain it is best. It all comes back to a power few possess. A power called Haki. And that's all we're going to say about it. Next scene. Firelight lit up the night sky. A monstrous flame clouded the heavens, while giant spits of meat sizzled under its heat. Shadows danced on massive trees, while their owners celebrated on the ground. Laughter, roughhousing, boasts, jests, and jokes, and relieved sighs filled the air. People garbed in fine tunics and robes joined hands. Doha Doris, welcome Christmas, come this way. They spun around and twirled around the great bonfire, large smiles on their faces. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi-ya! Starro Dragon Boy, hero for us, saved us from Black Demon. If you guys actually know that anime, I feel sorry for you. Those that did danced and shared food and changed glasses together. A few also carried silk-like tools and shot out jets of flame in air and thick cloud. The people were not alone in their celebration. The entire forest had joined in. Birds with massive beaks larger than their head, sang a deep-throated chorus in a canopy, snatched away food from any unaware party guests. Wolves happily ran through the crowd, snatching up scraps of food no one was touching. Towering over everyone and everything was a great serpent. Its head extended to the tips of the bonfire, and its forked tongue licked the flames. It swayed back and forth, dancing like the people below it. Despite a lack of teeth, save for two sharp fangs, its gaping maw was easy to mistake for a smile. Luffy was currently taking a break from dancing. He was chewing on a large skewer of meat that he needed both hands to hold. This left him vulnerable to children and curious adults that pulled and stretched his skin. He held it for a few seconds before letting it go, and was snapped back into his place. All of them with wide eyes and fascinating expressions as they studied their unfamiliar man. Someone grabbed Luffy's cheek and pulled it, and let it slide on her face. Fist of meat flew out of his mouth before he grunted and glared at the floor. "That's it! I'm trying to eat!" The person in question fell to her knees, and hid her face behind her thick, dark hair. She was dressed in Sandalian clothing, a simple, dirty brown dress.
"I'm sorry. Your friend said you were made out of the stuff that stuff God Inaru. I just wanted to see what rhubarb was. I'm sorry."
"Just don't pull my face again," Luffy patted.
"Okay."
The girl traced the food around the circle.
"Your friend with the long nails said it'd be fine as long as you were eating."
Huh. Luffy then stuffed the rest of the skewer into his mouth, pulled out a clean wooden stick. His face turned red as the food went down his throat. My master swallowed. "Ha! Now no one can annoy me anymore." A gurgle down Luffy's stomach. "Oh, but I'm still hungry." The girl continued tracing circles in the earth and kept her eyes to the ground.
"Well, there was some ham and melon close by."
In an instant, Luffy grabbed the girl's shoulders and his grin filled her vision. "Really? Awesome! Where is it?" The girl squirmed out of Luffy's grasp, but held on to his left arm. She tugged at his arm and was shocked for a moment when it extended. She quickly recovered and raced off of Luffy's arm.
"It's this way!"
Luffy pursued her through the crowds. The sounds of the party grew fainter, as did the scents in the air. Crickets and rustling replaced the boisterous yells of men. The girl had disappeared into the forest, but still held Luffy's arm. He chased through the thicket of the trees and the bushes, and found his arm back at his side. "Huh? Where did the girl go?" He surveyed his surroundings and found himself on a steep, stony shore. Clear blue water lapped at the rocks, and a bit of spray went into the air. Luffy spotted something on a cliff that jutted out to sea. "There!" He sped towards the object, hoping it was the ham and melon he had been promised. He didn't notice that the forest had thinned immensely behind him, and the bonfire's glow was much smaller, and joined by minor flames as well. He raced to the edge of the cliff, but stopped when he fully could make out the object. It was two pieces of wood, one piece perpendicular to the other to form a simple cross. Luffy stared at the cross and twisted his head at it. "It's just a grave. Darn, Usopp must have told the girl to play a prank on me." A wind suddenly blew at Luffy's back. "No." Luffy spun around and was greeted by the moon. It was full and larger than he had ever seen it before. It was so close it almost seemed touchable. "Whoa, when did the moon get so huge?" No. "What?" Luffy looked around and saw no one around, but it was only him, the moon, and the grave. "Hello? Is someone there? I shouldn't have. I just thought." Luna, did you really think that this was the appropriate time, considering the fact that, Ace is in trouble? We got problems going on here. My God, I thought you were ripping off Boa Hancock, but this is becoming extreme even for Boa! "Hey, you're talking to me?" Luffy yelled. "Next time. I'm sorry, Straw Hat." "You weren't talking to me." Luffy pounced at the moon and was sent flying in the air. "See you!" Luffy managed to ram his hand right into the bedpost, slid down, leaving a sizable imprint in the wood. He gave an annoying huff, but didn't move. "Oh, when the dreams start to hurt." Next chapter. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! The soft sound of water washing against the rocks filled the air. A bush rustled there, while a bird gave a chirp in the trees. Luffy fell from one of the trees and landed Fluttershy's mane. She didn't move to get rid of it. Instead, kept her eyes on the small collection of floodlights in front of her.
Why don't they ever come out?
They've always been a bit skittish. The voice caused Fluttershy to jump in the air with it. She fell back to the ground. She realized Celestia had disappeared behind her without her noticing.
Princess Celestia, I was just...
Celestia gently laid a hoof on Fluttershy's right shoulder. Don't concern yourself. You are always welcome here, Fluttershy.
Oh, but it's...
Fluttershy shifted her view away from Celestia, down to the grass at her host.
I know last time.
Last time, you were here at the biggest celebration in Equestria. You were inside and only had one night to enjoy the garden. As I said before, the gala is always awful in some way or the other. Actually, my correct words were, it's boring. He can't be fully blamed for losing control. The last word sent a shiver up Tamaki's back.
I always worry about it. First the gala, then that time with Iron Will.
She gave a small sniffle and looked up at Celestia.
What if Discord is still...
No. I refuse to pop back up into this story ever again. Well, you heard it here first. Celestia silenced Tamaki by setting a wing on the pig's back. He's not corrupting you anymore. The fact that you worry about it is proof of that. Celestia bent her head down and looked straight into Tamaki's eyes. If that still concerns you, I can help.
You can?
Tamaki, out of all your friends, if there was ever one I would teach Haki to, it would be you. Bitch! Surprise widened Tamaki's eyes.
What? Why not Starlight?
Celestia let out a small sigh at the question. Starlight has a great curiosity to her. She seeks out anything and everything she can learn about, despite the danger it might pose. Haki is just another realm for study for her. It wasn't my wish to teach her, but after all I have put her, you, and your friends through, it's the least I could do.
I gotta stop you there, Celestia. I just want to point out, we chose this! We picked this job! We went there with Twilight! Nobody said it! Nobody pushed us! We chose to go with her! You did jack shit!
Thank you. As for why I choose you specifically, because you want to control, and that's the most important part of Haki training. So basically, yes, F my student. F her hard. Forget me wanting to actually care or show any love or compassion for my student. No. F her. F her hard. Forget her desires and her wants. Forget who she is. Forget how much I trust her, compare about her, love her. Oh, no. It's you, Fluttershy. You want to control, and not Twilight. So, thanks for all the years of studies, Twilight. Jeez, no wonder Sunset left me. Tamaki was silent for some time after that. A few more birds chirped in the garden, but other than that, it was silent. Finally, she managed to get the 2 words out of her mouth.
Thank you.
Again, it's the least I could do. Now then. Celestia raised her head up and stared off into the garden. It was a scene of pure green and brown, but there was no sign of an animal save for the occasional bush rustling. Can you tell me how many animals are in this garden?
Well,
Tamaki visited her wings around, looked her eyes through the garden, and took a deep breath.
127 if we're not counting insects. I'm sorry, I can't count all of them.
Celestia blinked at Tamaki's response. How is it that your observation of Haki is so honed without training? I expected a good rough guess, but to be completely correct is a surprise.
Bitch, I'm the motherfucking element of kindness. What do you think? I've always had a good connection with animals.
Celestia rested her chin on the end of her hoof. Can you tell me how many ponies are in the castle? Tamaki turned beet red in response.
No.
She started even worse than normal.
I couldn't. What if some pony was in the bathroom, or wanted privacy, or...
Tamaki's legs wobbled a bit, and Celestia had to shift her wing around to keep Tamaki from falling to the ground.
Celestia gave a small chuckle. Forgive me, Tamaki, but out of all the Haki users I've seen, I've never met one who limited their range out of prudency. The fact that you've had such high natural control is good, though. Makes your starting point much easier. It shows where your forte lies. Not that I imagine you'd be a strong government user. Tamaki raised an eyebrow at Celestia. Can you possibly start with Haki is? I'm a little confused. Oh! Celestia lightly threw herself on the head. My apologies. I've already gotten accustomed to talking with Starlight about Haki. Very well, I'll start from the beginning. Haki! And that's all we're going to say about it. Next scene. I still do love introducing a plot element from an anime and manga I've probably never even heard of. And introduced and put it into a story that I am just now getting used to. I might not even completely read to the end. Okay, I will read to the end. And I still do love it when they don't explain it fully and don't have any type of pass-in or carrying the scene to actually tell us exactly what's going to happen. Oh no, of course I just love it when that story happens. It makes that story so much better! It's gonna be super ow! Jazz squirted a little, gently pulling her legs back to her side. It was still covered in bandages, but other parts of her body were unbandaged, showing the thin layer of blue fur that was slowly growing back. Really, Rainbow, Weiss chided. You just got back to a little mobility and you're already overexerting yourself. Yeah. Jazz huffed, pawing a hoof in Weiss's direction. She was still confined to her hospital bed, but she was able to move her legs around at least. Come on. Don't tell me you're not at least a little bit excited about it, too. I admit, I am excited to expand my own skills so I may further my career. Weiss's eyes glazed over while she spoke. Oh, just think about all the gems I'll be able to find, not to mention affording any more diamond dogs. Although I could easily manipulate them, trick them, mess with their heads. And to think Princess Luna is teaching us for free. Yeah, I thought I was the generous one. Weiss said with a small chuckle. Plus, it really is nice to talk with royalty on such a casual level. It's easy to forget that the princesses are ponies just like us. Yeah, aside for the whole racing the sun and moon to make sure Equestria doesn't fall apart thing. Weiss dipped her nose at Das's comment. You know what I mean. Still, Das's eyes shifted away from Weiss and down to her blankets. Have you noticed she's been asking a lot about Luffy? Hey, do not remind me. With any luck, she's just curious like we were. Probably more so since she's actually gone into this grand line. I really do like that name. It makes infirmary sound so romantic. Dad stuck her with a mock gag. What's so lovely-dovey about the sailing the seas? It sounds something more like I do. The quest for new lands, the exploration of the unknown. Weiss would remain back for a dramatic effect. The world stretched out before you. That's what I mean by romantic. Dad stared at Weiss for a moment and shrugged. Whatever. Weiss turned her chin with her hoof. I think you bring up a good point, though. Maybe we should ask Luna about her own trip to the sea next time she comes by. I'm sure she has some good examples of Haki use for us. Oh, maybe it's a story about some daring rogue she picked up while sailing. Des let out a hearty laugh. Yeah, 'cause Luffy totally proved your pirate books right there. Now see here, Das, Weiss chided again. Well, Mr. Luffy is not everything like the stories. He does have some noble traits about him. If his friends were any indication, he made himself a good captain. If it wasn't for his eating habits, I'm sure. When Weiss stopped mid-sentence, Des peered over her friend, whose mouth was staring open. Weiss, are you okay? No, that'd be silly. No. What the hell are you talking about? Weiss threw her head up as she got a cold water pouring on her face. Nothing. I just need to check up on something. Weiss started out of the room with the last word, leaving a flustered Dasher awake. She brought up a bandaged herself and rubbed her eyes to make sure she had been seeing things right. What the heck just happened? No, I don't think I've ever noticed anything odd about Luffy, said Starlight. She put her head back to the left and dodged the green ball that had been swimming towards her. On the other side of the royal tennis court, the ball lost and picked up another tennis ball, and ready himself to throw it again. He hasn't been going off by himself, Weiss asked, while serving Starlight dodged another ball. Going off alone? Starlight's voice became more rusty to question. Never. He's worse than pinking on sugar. Ow! While she had been talking, Starlight swayed to her right. Unfortunately, this had been right in the path of another tennis ball. It smacked her to her left side.
The machine was still on, preparing to launch another shot. When Weiss lit up her horn and shut it off, she made her way over to Starlight. It was rubbing the spot where she had been hit.
Are you alright?
Yeah, just a little tender. The machine has to be going at high speed for it to work. Starlight reached up and removed the blindfold she had been wearing the entire time. She blinked a few times while her eyes adjusted to light again. I guess talking makes practice a little bit harder. You know, Starlight, while I'm not normal about taking sports, with all that sweating, I do find that tennis holds a certain charm to it. Perhaps we could practice sometime. There's an excellent area of putting field just north of... Starlight's giggling interrupted Rarity. Oh, this isn't for tennis. I've never been a good athlete. It's just an exercise Princess Celestia assigned to me. Weiss raised an eyebrow at her friend. Exercises what? Now Starlight's turned to raise an eyebrow at Rarity and Weiss. Haki? Didn't Princess Celestia ask you about it too? Oh! A look of comprehension flushed Weiss's face. Well, Princess Luna has been teaching us a few basics. Do you know the hospital staff actually wear quite a bit of jewelry? How's Dash doing, by the way? Butting the fly, as usual. Weiss pawed her hoof in the air as a mad fashion. The Equestria helped us when she starts practicing Haki. This armament thing doesn't sound appealing at all. You mean this? With a grin on her face, Starlight raised her left hoof in front of Rarity's face. It shimmered a little in the sunlight, as if it were made of metal. It also had a darker color to it than the rest of Starlight's leg. I only got this hoof down far, but it's progress. Starlight tilted her head around Starlight's hoof, taking it from all angles. She looked at Starlight after a few moments of observation. May I? Starlight nodded in approval. Weiss raised her own hoof and touched Starlight's. To her surprise, the hoof felt nothing like she expected. The nose felt like a diamond, crystally smooth and strong. My word, Starlight, that's incredible. I never had to get your hooves done like this again. That's what you think. Starlight yelled. Her hoof lightened in color and became soft once more. Darn. This goes all my concentration again. Starlight sighed and put her hoof to the ground. Anyway, this was just one way to use armament Haki. Did you know the princess's mains use it too? What? What? Princess's mains are made out of Haki energy? I've heard some explanations for the mains bit, but this is ridiculous. They do. Weiss's eyes lit up with a little bit of what? When you get enough of control, Haki apparently just flows out of you. It just takes training to make sure it flows in a non-harmful direction. Oh, Weiss squealed. So apparently Haki's right now the console end-all. Yep, it's a Swiss Army thing. Now I see exactly what Rainbow was talking about. There's lots of new styles to be able to create to go with it. So was there anything else you needed to ask me? Weiss set her hoof to her chin. You're absolutely certain nothing odd has been going on with Mr. Luffy. Nothing except his narcolepsy has seemed to have gotten a little worse. Starlight looked to the ground for a second. You have to be used to sleeping like a pony. I see, Weiss murmured. Thank you for your help, Starlight. I hope your training goes well. Maybe I'll try some too. Mine's getting smart. Don't want to get rid of my coat. Starlight again giggled at that. See, Rare, Weiss, hope I was helpful. She did continue the throwing machine again and covered up her eyes. Weiss trotted away from the tennis courts and towards her next destination. I probably could have asked Starlight, but I don't want to start any false rumors. I need more information. Woo! Stuttered Applejack Huff. Well, Applejack is in this story. Who knew? I mean, she's just had such an overwhelming presence in this whole thing, hasn't she? I mean, she's just been in every scene, has had dialogue, and has such an overwhelming presence, hasn't she? She slid down in her seat and wiped her sweat off her brow. A few magenta shards also fell out of her mane. Nora, I'll swear, if you ever go into those mouths again, I'm gonna hog-tie you. Nora leaned forward from her own seat and shoved her face at Son Applejack's.
Oh, come on, Son Applejack. It was fun. Don't tell me you didn't like the minecarts.
You don't mind the rusted things that nearly carried us into the place every time we turn? Son Applejack droned. She raised a hoof and pointed a hoof to the left of Pinky. Well, they now help Luffy can't fall asleep. Luffy snored in response. Sun Applejack slammed her hose on the table. For boy's sake! Luffy continued snoring, but Nora moved in closer to him. She narrowed her eyes and looked up and mouth down.
He has been a bit more sleepy than usual. You can tell?
Tamaki whispered. Nora twisted her neck to look at Tamaki in question.
Is it obvious?
She got blank stares from her friends in response.
That's why he's staying. He hasn't even been that hungry either.
As well, you may as well eat all our dinners, Sun Applejack asked. Everybody save Nora looked down at their empty plates and grumbled.
Well, he did ask for more.
Nora replied with an apologetic grin. Luffy's eyes slowly fluttered over. More? Ugh! Came the four unified voices. Nora just giggled. Oh. Luffy yawned. What's going on? Where's the food? I was just eating a huge leg up. They fell back to sleep. Weiss pushed her hose against the dinner table and got up.
I think I'll be taking dinner in my room again.
Good night, Rary! So, Nora, I ever had this feeling that Applejack and Pinky are getting the short end of the stick in this story?
Yep, like you think they quit.
Mumbles Luffy in his sleep. Luna skirting around her in bed. Her face scratched her concentration. Her legs kicked back and forth like she was walking.
No, I need to put this memory here, and the food there. What do I put myself? Princess Luna!
The voice caused Luna to shoot up from her bed like she had been touched by flame. Her wild eyes went around her darkened room.
Who goes there?
Me. Weiss burst from the shouts near the room's door.
Oh, this is obviously not alchemy students' stories. No, it's I who pop up for the shadows out of nowhere.
The brow was large and marched over to Luna.
Forgive the intrusive, princess, but we need to talk.
Oh. Luna leaned back in her bed, the anxiety melting from her face.
Forgive me, Verity, but you caught me in the midst of my nightly duties. Perhaps we could talk some other time. No, I'm afraid this matter takes precedence.
Weiss leaned over to Luna's bed to meet Princess Luna's face.
I need to talk to you about Mr. Luffy.
A sweat and trickle ran down the side of Luna's face.
Straw Hat? Whatever can it be?
Weiss's horn lit up, and it floated a book over to her side. It was a simple brown book, so worn that the title had faded from its cover. All that remained was the route of finding two ponies.
I did some thinking around in the Catalan archives about some interesting things about your duties.
Oh, I'm always pleased when some pony takes an interest in my work,
including your ability to manipulate the reeds.
The room was deadly silent, as Luna and Weiss stared at each other. Luna raised a trembling hoof.
I have a good explanation. I don't know how it happened, but this is somehow worse than Boa. Don't know how it happened, but nice job. You managed to do it worse than Boa Hancock.
Weiss cracked her hoof against the ground.
I don't want to hear it. Princess, dreams are the most pony's private space in the world. Guidance is one thing, but you clearly been manipulating Mr. Luffy's dreams, denying him proper sleep.
I know. Luna sighed and hung her head low, trying to shade herself from Weiss's glare.
I have not been acting as a proper ruler and have abused my power. I'm not sure, however.
Weiss saw the blood on Luna's lips and took a deep breath.
Princess, did you ever consider just talking to him?
Luna backed up against her bed until her head touched the wall. She nervously switched her legs back and forth against each other.
I've not probably talked to a standing in such a manner for many years. If anybody... Could everybody please leave the room? I'm going to puke. Hard.
Weiss slid down on the bed and put a comforting hoof on Luna's shoulder.
Just tell him how you feel. Perhaps talk to him in the morning. That way you can at least think about what to say, and Mr. Luffy can have some much needed rest.
And maybe we can kill this subplot.
Yes, Luna replied. Good.
Weiss stated with a smile. She went to the bed, turned to leave. When she was at the door, she twisted back and deeply bowed to Luna.
I am terribly sorry for barging in like that, but you need some sense talking to you. No, you had the right fit. Luna clutched her blankets towards her chest. Thank you, Verity. I'll be sure to thank you for this in the future.
Verity gave Luna another bow.
You're too kind, Princess. But how's the day at the spa? I was wondering about your mane. That does sound nice. This is good in a few days, after I am talked with Straw Hat. Certainly, with that white at the door. Alone, when I go, the covers brought to her head. She went through the large clear window at her moon, and stared at it for a long time. Luffy opened his eyes when the sun got in them, and raised up her arms off the bed. He extended his toes up to the air, let out a yawn.
Ah, I slept well!
His stomach let out a monstrous rumble. He jumped off the bed and grabbed his hat from where he left off the night before.
Time to get some breakfast!
You know what I would have loved to have seen? That whole minecart thing with Luffy and Pinky and Applejack. Would have loved it. Just simply found it divine. Would have had a great time just seeing that scene.
And then Luffy does find out that Ace was about to be executed!
I forgot. What happened in the original series when Luffy found out that Ace was about to be executed?
Bloop! Oh yeah. Bloop! He actually got off his ass and did stuff.
However, when Luffy opened the door to his room, a pony blocked his path. He didn't notice the rent in her face.
Morning, Moon Princess!
And committee Straw Hat was investing in liking.
Yep! Luffy exclaimed with a grin. The past few nights have been having weird dreams, but this time I slept really well. So, why are you here? You have more meat?
Grrr! Luna shook her head back and forth. Not today. I actually came here to say. She closed her eyes and winced, like she was about to be struck. One breath she went out. We find you a most worthy and joyous companion.
I really hate this support!
Luffy continued smiling at her. Okay, what?
Do you truly mean not? Yeah, you're a pretty neat pony, especially when you do that cool armor trick. You should totally join my crew.
Luna raced forward and embraced Luffy in a giant hug. I was glorious at days. We are so much intensely pleased.
Ack, what are you doing?
Oh, I apologize. I'm just overcome with joy on such a momentous event.
I'm so glad Weiss advised me on what to do. I feel so much better now. Sheesh.
Hey, guys, put a little more emotion into your acting.
Why? This really is probably going to have nothing to do with the rest of the story.
Indeed. And if the fanfic doesn't want to put more effort into trying to make this a crossover, then why should we? Well, yeah, you're right about that. Luffy read the sides to get rid of the soreness. Luffy embraced the pose on him.
Warn me next time you do that.
Certainly. Luna giddily replied. She happily skipped from a hoof to hoof like she was doing an odd jig. Grrr. Luffy sighed as he watched her. Please, weird, I'm getting breakfast. Yes! Let's go forth and break up fast upon the castle's legacies. Luna exclaimed out of volume to search the windows below. She then daintily made her way over to Luffy's side, and they walked over to the castle as he snuggled a little closer to him. So their sides of man occasionally quit it. Luffy complained about a few feet away from the dining hall. You're making it hard to walk. Luna skillfully moved a few instances away from Luffy. Apologies, I'm getting used to this book I read, but since it's the proper thing to do. Phew! Wow. For you, that's such a quick scenario. It made that go down a lot easier. Amazing. Whatever. Luffy put his hoof to the door. Was about to push out when a voice rang out to the castle. We're not going to get any of your ices, are we? Straw Hat! Celestia galloped down to the adjacent hallway and slid to a halt in front of Luna and Luffy. She let her horn and a piece of paper flew between the three of them. Fire Fist execution. She huffed between gasps of air. It's been moved up! Please tell me that this is not going to be a direct rip-off of Impelled Down. I beg you, Vic, please. I've already had to suffer through so much.